Yes, and during this time, African Americans were treated poorly. Denied education, they were often beaten, whipped, and victims of sexual abuse. This time period for African Americans was yes, and during this
God, I swear that had to have been a universal experience for so many people. You ever heard a Tangier accent before? Look it up.
I had to get out home. Mom's been calling and cussing at me all day.
I was raised in southern Virginia, and unfortunately for me, I had to accept racism and just figure out how to navigate it. Fortunately, that is the reality of a lot of Black Americans in southern states. POC as well. I mean, this happens a lot in like Latin communities. This happens a lot in Asian communities. So many of you guys probably know this. We just experienced a lot of racial trauma, and we're just like, all right, man, got to deal with this. You know what? One thing, even if you're not a person that's experienced a lot of racial trauma, even if you're not a POC, I think we can all agree there's nothing that we love more than seeing racists get their asses handed to them. Let's run through this little story today about a university student that got a little too drunk and got exposed. Now, before we watch this clip, I would like to say I need you to go into a headspace for a second. Just think about this. How many of you guys have been way too drunk before? How many of you guys have been way too drunk and did something really embarrassing? When you did that really embarrassing thing, did you start yelling racial slurs out in public? 1 in the chat if you did, 2 in the chat if you didn't. What the? Yoda, hello?
Do you support racism?
Just some food for thought, because I know there's gonna be some people and they're gonna look at this and say, oh no, she didn't mean it. And we'll talk about that, but let's just walk through the story first.
Could you stop? No. Thank you. I'm thinking also.
Oh. All right, we were a little... Noonie edited this for me on the fly. She's fantastic. We were a little slow with the beeps here. Just want to go ahead and let you guys know. In this clip, she's saying to her, "You're an inward B word." I mean, she's literally just like, inward B word, inward B word, inward B word, inward B word. And I just want to take a second to just notice these postures here where the drunk girl is like, you're an inward B word. You're an inward B word. You're an inward B word. And the other girl's just like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening right now.
I did not get paid enough for this. Exactly.
You can see her mouthing that so clearly. I'm sorry. That shit was like... This girl straight went... the upwards lip curl on the end. I mean, the emphasis was really... I mean, the diction is there. Grace is not, okay? And the other girls, one comment to this is, I do not get paid enough for this.
Me too. I got this.
Every single beep is her saying that.
Try to get me to get her to like get chairs and things. No, I'm drunk. Yeah.
She looks at her and says this so matter-of-factly. Well, you know, some people might think, wow, maybe this is a fluke. Maybe she just had a bad night. You know, to that, I ask you, how many of you guys start yelling racial slurs when you're having a bad night? I've had many a bad nights, and it hasn't happened yet. I say that like it's forthcoming. Here's another video of her behavior when she drinks.
It doesn't work in Boulder, because guess what? I'm rich as and you're obviously not compared to what you're wearing, and I can see you, and you can't do shit about it, especially because you don't know my fucking last name, but I know goddamn well who you are.
Who am I?
Oh my God. And then I'm sorry. I'm just going to call this just based on him at the end. She was talking to a black dude. He said, who am I? Listen.
Goddamn well who you are.
Who am I?
Who am I? That was black dude. I'm gonna just say it was black dude. This video goes viral on Twitter. This goes viral on TikTok. But, you know, she's just yelling the N-word, B-word over and over again. Also, guys, 2 instances of this girl being recorded being a drunk mess. Stop drinking. PSA. Look, some people, you're just not the best version of yourself when you're drunk. Maybe you need to stop drinking and figure that shit out so you stop being a piece of shit when you're drunk, okay? And then, what do they want to do? Blame it on the alcohol. Ultimately, this girl who was working at the time of the incident, people on TikTok wanted a story time, and people get it. Let's see what she said.
Okay, so everybody wants a story time because my videos on TikTok keep getting taken down. Last night I was at work, and I'm a desk clerk here at the University of Kentucky, and there was a girl. She came in drunk, and when she came in drunk, she was looking at the elevator, and she was.
Wait, hey Boze, I just want to say I matched with a girl on Hinge because we both love your videos. Nice. Okay, well, I don't know. I hope you guys have more in common than that, because that's kind of, I wouldn't, like, go out of my way to, like, date a Smosh fan or anything, but I do love that. God, there was one time one of my mods had a picture with me, like, on it, and this girl matched him, and she was like, oh my God, you met Boze? And he was like, yeah, I mod for her, and she was like, cool, and then, like, they never talked again. I never thought I'd be a matchmaker. Good luck on your date, guys! And, if it doesn't work out, stay in the community, okay? Don't put that on me.
And she was, like, stumbling, and she started talking to the elevator. She was like, I'm gonna effing end you. And so basically what happened was I stuck my head out the window. I was like, are you okay? Like, what's going on? And that's when the N-word, the B-word, those racial slurs and things started coming out. So I was like, okay, let me call the RA. I called the RA down, but the RA took a minute. And so in between the time of the RA getting down, the girl has called me the N-word and the B-word multiple times. She's punched me twice at this point. She's bitten on my arm a few times, as well as kicked me in my stomach.
She's a biter. Listen, you guys know sometimes I'm really sensitive to different subgroups of things because I want you guys to feel safe here and I want you to feel comfortable. Shit, in the last stream, I even told you guys not to make fun of the furries. Look, biters, people that bite, y'all gotta go somewhere because that shit's weird. No, I'm not defending you because you're aggressive and you're biting people and that's fucking weird. Stop it, all right? Something else about this clip that's really fucked up is look how calm she is after being assaulted, after being abused, while she's just trying to work. And this is how calm she has to respond to that situation to be taken seriously while that girl's allowed to act a fool.
And then she tried to run me and my friend over with a shopping cart. My friend also was experiencing these things. I'm choosing to keep her name private until she decides that she wants to say something about it because I feel like her experience is her experience and I cannot speak for her. So we finally get the RA to come down and the girl starts saying things like, do my chores, it's not my fault that you're black, it's not my fault that you're ugly.
Another thing that I feel like I notice is this came out of absolutely nowhere, and I feel like the other instance where she was talking to a black guy came completely out of nowhere as well. It makes me feel like when she's drunk and she has a bad night, she takes it out on black people because she thinks that they are beneath her.
And then she just keeps, like, at this point, she's, like, singing the N-word. And there are multiple people trying to get this girl to be quiet. She bit a couple of other people who were trying to basically calm her down. The police finally came. She would not give them their name. So if you guys see anything about her being registered in the system as Jane Doe, that was because she was refusing to give a name. She didn't have her phone. She didn't have an ID or anything. But then she was continuously just saying the words, saying it out loud. She ended up actually kicking a police officer, biting a police officer. They finally took her away, but...
Yeah, okay. And I'm going to just say this one more time. When black people do this, we're crazy. We're feral. They're aggressive black women, horrible. But this is how this girl has to respond to make the other girl actually look crazy because otherwise people will excuse her behavior. But thank God the internet didn't. And she apologized. I understand an apology may not help, but I am not racist. I was under the influence. I lost everything, literally. Heartbreaking. And now I have to fear for my life. God forgives. Please understand. Wow, so you're racist and you're stupid. I understand a apology may not help. Wow. Oh my God. Dude, I'm surprised she spelled racist right. I got one more article for you guys because this is actually how I found out. Rich and racist University of Kentucky student who is also very stupid, 22, who called black student NMB, also bragged about her wealth, actually grew up in a modest $350,000 3-bedroom home as students called for her to be expelled. $350,000 sounds like a lot, but not when you take out a 30-year mortgage and your parents are paying for it, okay? What are you talking about? You're rich as fuck. Like, that's most parents that have dual income and have a larger family and are striving for a decent home in a safe neighborhood are probably gonna get a home that's somewhere in the median of $200,000 to $400,000, okay? $350,000. Girl, you ain't rich, okay? And who even knows if your daddy got the payments up to date? So let's not play that card. Sophia Rosing, 22, was arrested at 4 a.m. on Sunday at a University of Kentucky dorm on public intoxication, assault, and disorderly charges. Video posted online showed her barely able to stand as she tried to hit fellow student Kyla Spring, who was working the front desk. This lady just stumbled onto somewhere on campus in the front desk and saw a black person when it was like, punching bag. Like, the double business marketing major has been fired. Oh my God. The double business marketing major has been fired by fashion brand Dillard's for her outburst. This is the first time in a long time that I've heard of Dillard's as a fashion brand, but we'll take it because she got fired. Rosing is being held on $10,000 bond at Fayette County Detention Center where she refused to identify herself to officers. What an idiot. Rosing, listed as a Jane Doe because of her refusal to cooperate with officers, will appear in court later today via a video link, charged with 4 offenses, including assaulting a police officer. Oh my God. Honey, this is so embarrassing. When asked by Daily Mail if she would be suspended, the university declined to comment because the disciplinary investigation was ongoing. I have an honest question for you guys. And listen, this could spark some controversy here. Do you guys think that somebody should be suspended for this type of behavior on campus? I want to say yes. My immediate answer is to say yes. I think that most universities would really only expel somebody because of this, because of the bad press, because that's, how they operate. I think especially given the nature of it, how horrible her apology is, I want to say yes. But I'd be curious to see what somebody's behavior would look like after something like this were to happen, where we would actually accept it and be like, all right, maybe you could change, but this isn't it. This is her. And I have to reiterate again, there are going to be some people that look at her and are deceived by the image and they want to empathize because maybe they have a family member that looks like her, a friend that looks like her, and for some reason they're taking that physical manifestation and projecting onto her what they want her to be. But I just want to point out again, you saw how insane and ridiculous her behavior was, but then you also just saw how calm and collected that black woman had to be just to be taken seriously. I need you to really draw that contrast there and figure out, who do you side with? I know a lot of people in chat right now are saying expel her, fuck her, she's super racist, this is horrible, but what I'm trying to do is talk to the people that don't immediately think that. And I really just want you to think it through. What is this? Oh my God, that's her. Dude, look at this. Look at this picture. This is insane. This is insane, dude. Oh my God. Okay, so Dillard's fired her, with a Dillard's spokesperson saying Dillard's does not condone this behavior. Her relationship with Dillard's has been terminated immediately. Goodbye. I know that I'm telling you guys to always keep it together, understand your emotions, hold it in. But I wonder if that would have been me on that day. I wonder. Oh, breaking news. Breaking news, everyone. I've got an extra update. I've got to mute this because obviously this is a live update coming in. In this clip, you can actually hear this girl singing the N-word in a very sing-songy voice. She's basically going like, what's a word? Chat, I need a substitute word. Pizza. Perfect. That's great. So basically what she's going in this clip, she's going, pizza, pizza, while the officers arrest her. She's literally just saying it over and over again. She's just going, pizza, while they take her away in handcuffs. Yeah, it's giving mentally ill. Don't lump her in with me, okay?